Kevin V, by Lawndale standards, by the neighborhood standards, represent an ideal. They're almost like the control in some social experiment where you take all the relationship dysfunction in the Gallagher household, then move 2 doors down to see a relationship that's utterly and completely functional.
They have their own baggage and ways of dealing with life that complements and parallels the way the Gallaghers do things. So they fill in the gaps where the Gallaghers might be missing.
They're very free-spirited as well. They have no judgments about anyone in life. They've been through enough to know that anything can happen. And they like the crazy, and they like to be involved in the crazy and to add to the crazy, but also to give some stability.
And Veronica's relationship with Kev as the Gallaghers' neighbors is really the only form of a lasting, healthy-ish relationship that Fiona knows.
I think Kevin V is the couple you most want to see succeed in this neighborhood, and I think Fiona and the rest of the Gallaghers feel that way too.
I mean, how is it possible now after everything we've tried for the last 2 years?
Mother Nature can be a tricky bitch sometimes. What did you think? You were just gaining weight in your breasts while you missed your period?
I eat a lot when I'm under stress.
You've been under stress?
Watching my husband bang my mother, yeah, that's been a bit stressful.
Veronica is this wonderful kind of force of nature that lives next door. She's bossy, but remarkably loving, huge laugh, a lot of fun.
As long as her husband's good with this, she's like, screw everybody else. She's in it to win it with her man, and they're gonna do whatever they need to do so that they could survive. And she's not shy, she's not, weepy, and she's not a coward.
Veronica tells it like it is, with a push-up bra and a hot pair of spandex. She's fire. You know we're gonna get from her. But she's also got a heart of gold, so she's a good friend, she's a good partner. But I would not want to cross her.
You better get a ski mask and a getaway car, because that's the only way we're gonna be able to afford 4 babies. I would describe Veronica as a super sassy, hot, sexual, loving, nurturer, sexual, kind, deep, loyal human being. And hot and sexual. Did I get that part in?
Veronica is how I like my coffee. Hot and black.
She's got great tits. She's almost, it's like my favorite thing. If you didn't know her, you'd be like, oh, her tits are fantastic.
With Shanola, she just had the attitude of V. She carried herself as V, and she'd look out for Fiona and be a mama bear to Fiona and to Kev and to all the Gallagher clan.
As big and loud as she is, she's the most loving, giant-hearted woman you will ever meet. And so she brings that to the character, which is exactly what Veronica is and needs to be.
Shanola Hampton is the straw that stirs the drink at Shameless. And fearless as an actor. And as a writer, that's a really great thing, because if you write something that other people might be like, what is this? This is crazy. Like, what is this circumstance? She just dives in and is fearless and embraces it.
You need to make an appointment as soon as possible with your OB.
OB, I need to make an appointment with the vet. I'm having a damn litter.
Baby, you know what this means? I got a magic dick. I don't know whether to freak out or thrust my almighty dick in everyone's face.
You need to be freaking out. I'm having triplets.
Triplets! Triplets!
Kevin's that best friend that you have who isn't too bright, but he's remarkably loyal. Kind of salt of the earth, and he's very appreciative of everything that he has and everything that's happened in his life because he came up as a foster kid.
He's a character that's perfectly in his place and perfectly in the moment. He's a realist. He knows exactly what his potential is.
And sometimes because what he lacks in book smarts, people would look at him as not being very smart. But he's actually very, very, very smart because he just uses his intuition to get through life.
If he didn't have Veronica, he wouldn't know who he was. He's got more confidence because of Veronica. He has more of an ambition to make the bar work, to make the alibi work because of Veronica.
Seriously, this is what you do? You just stand around watching this guy work? Yo, buddy, when you're done, why don't you come in for a beer? But just you, not them. Enjoy your coffee, you fucking hole standers.
I secretly love writing for Steve Howey the most because I know he can deliver any joke He has kind of a skewed sense of humor and a skewed sense of looking at things, so I can write to that.
Is this how you guys get me to do an interview? This is how to do the B-roll?
He's great fun to act with because he's smart as a whip. Says some really funny stuff. He has weird takes on things that just catch you by surprise.
And I think that he really brings a humanity to Kev. It's not just all one-liners. I mean, he really is showing a man who really will do anything to protect his family in a way that kind of everyone on Wallace Street will.
Stop those fucking kids! Stop those fucking kids! Those kids fucking robbed me!
Your mom doesn't have health insurance at work?
No. And I would have never agreed to bang my own mom-in-law if I'd known she wasn't covered.
The idea that one of them has asked another one to have sex with her mother so that they can have a child, it's just bizarre. I don't want these people anywhere near my family.
Artificial insemination? You know, ghetto style, turkey baster? That didn't work? Try something else? Full-on sex. Intercourse. It makes sense, I think. You just recruit the mom.
We started to think about, and I started to think about, well, this is all expensive and it's kind of crazy. What happens when people just want to have a baby and they can't? And I know it sounds crazy, but you can go online, you can find plenty of examples of it actually having happened. We made it a little bit funnier because it's the most awkward thing you could possibly imagine and kind of horrific. But it is the extension of this sort of craziness of you have to have your own biological child.
Carol, you know, got issues. Carol was that woman who, back in the day, you know, she did what she had to do. Now, everything that Carol did, we don't know.
Honey, I was still doing coke when I was pregnant with you, and now you worried about me eating cheese?
As dysfunctional as their mom and daughter relationship is, she would do anything for her. So carrying a baby was like a no-brainer.
Oh, gosh, Mama, 3 babies? I'm gonna burst.
Oh, baby, you'll be fine. Your hips gonna spread. Here.
There is this running theme of people who just want to be loved and needed and who haven't had that sort of thing. So I think Carol comes into this very loving relationship, which she's always witnessed, the love of Kevin Veronica. And then they needed her.
Kevin V loving enough back to be able to let that kid go, particularly from Kevin's point of view. It's the most beautiful kind of cocktail of emotions to me. It's irreverent, it's appalling, and yet utterly filled with love. I just think that's the most heady combination.
2 babies?
Nope.
3. 3?
I take it from your reaction you weren't planning this.
Planning this? Who the fuck plans 3 babies?
It'll be interesting to see them as parents, too, to see if they can break out or if this cycle is going to continue. But they're good people and they love each other, and that has strength in it.
But they're going to have all the same problems that every parent of newborn or newborns in their case have, which is you have kind of an idea what it's going to be, and then the kid shows up.
I think they're going to be more protective of these children than you've ever seen before. I think after you see what happens with Liam this season, and it was really an eye-opener of life and maybe all of our ways, even though we've been like easy breezy doing things, can be very, very dangerous.
We haven't really discussed where Kev came from, so maybe genetically he's not going to be the best father. Maybe he's a better husband, partner than he is a father. I don't know. Maybe on the other side of that, he's going to be the best father. He's going to put all that love that he has for Veronica into the babies.
I'm ready for the season 5 spinoff of Kevin V +3. I think that's the next show that we should do.
3, 4, how many? 5. Fuck it. Let's have 7 babies. Why not? Remember 8 is enough? Let's do that. There's the spinoff.
Would you like to stand around here with us?
I'm good.
You don't want to watch?
Oh, honey, I was over there earlier and I saw some hardcore shit, like horror movie shit. No, I'm gonna stay with you.
I think Kevin and V will definitely make it. And I'll tell you why. They're that couple that hard time is a hard time, but we'll get through it.
But I wouldn't begin to say for a minute that they won't have problems, because there's no such thing as a marriage that doesn't have its ups and downs and its struggles, because it's hard.
as writers, what we're trying to say is that there are a lot of people in this neighborhood have each other's backs, and they all kind of come from the same place, and there's a feeling of we're all in this together. And with Kevin and V, only a couple doors down, I think they truly have the Gallagher's backs, and the Gallaghers have their backs.